Coach, playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Go! What? 180! 59.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
50 goes front. 20. 5.
From the 24, Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play that time for the Rams. 41 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, here's Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Now Winston. That's caught by Howard. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Winston. Complete to Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Aaron Donald drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Cut! 120!
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jannard Avery gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Just like that.
Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Line 20. 58 to Mike. And 58 to Mike. Go 58.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. He's letting it fly into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 87 yards. So talk about escaping danger from their own 1. Clear across the field now. They come up on 1st and 10. Now Winston. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. We're scoreless after 1. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Winston. His pass caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Gay's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the Rams' 1st down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Mike, go to 180. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Goff. And he fires one incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal. Third and goal, Gurley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will tie us at 3-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw is Winster. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. An 51-yard touchdown. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Not 120. Mike, 58, right there. I don't think you got it, son. 58.
On 2nd and 7, Goff flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Goff. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 11-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're starting to put some space here. You know, 1st quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This 2nd quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Wait.
Jameis to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Corey Littleton. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Jameis now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Ready? Flag. Come on. Hey, pick it up.
Winston now from the 50. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away, but a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Second and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Fighting through it, he's got space. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 37 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Rams' 15-yard line.
Ready. White 25. Mike 50. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch. Come on. Sunday. Watch the shot. Let him go.
They'll try to throw now. Winston escaping the pressure right. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. I'm coming after you.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
We're going to slide. 180. Yeah. You don't want to know. DC. Orange arms.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff now looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone,
he's got daylight. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 67 yards on the ground. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Winston now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And bulldozing his way through. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's gone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's gone. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Ready, black 22. 6 right there, 56. Get in the weight room. Flip it. Let's go.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Sonic! 56 is the mic. Hey, let's get this.
They'll toss it to Breida. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. Muscling free near the 40. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Hey, stop.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he'll get this down only to the 18. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
25, 58, come on. Night, sweetheart.
On 3rd down, Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
A run with Gurley there on 1st down. Going to get about 4 yards. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. 1 quarter remains in this NFC WildCard matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Now gone. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Gone. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
The Rams on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, here's Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. The Rams going for it on 4th. Gone. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Stay with your man.
This is Breida. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now it's Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Mike 56. Green, come with me. 56. I'm here all day. Hatchet. Check 13. Check. Let's go.
Jameis now on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Corey Littleton able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Bucs on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Check the backer, check the backer.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 45 yards. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. King being chased out left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Bravo. 58, come on. I'm coming.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Vita Vea. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Ready? Blue ready. Right there, 56. Come on. You better bring it.
On first down, Teague. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 50-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the screen.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Let go. Let go.
They'll run on first down. Teague. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 37 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Third and long. It's Goff.
Well, these guys want to do something positive as this game approaches its end, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, it's really been more indicative of how the game has gone for them.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready. White 25. White. Check.
On first down, it's Haynes. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Let's get it. Ready? Black 25. Right there. 56. All day, baby. All day. Let's go.
On third down, it's Haynes. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year, but I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get to their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.